Here with the Great Ape grips. Shout out to Great Ape. This thing is awesome. I always fondly read people's stories about using rice buckets and just working through the rice, getting that expansion and contraction in one move. It's one of those things where you just think about it and you're like, oh yeah, that'd be a nasty pump and strain, right? This is a very mobile, convenient way to get that similar stimulus. So bringing up my arms is a focus in my training right now. Doing more direct forearm work and also starting workouts with biceps on chest days, starting pulling days with triceps, giving them a little more emphasis. So anyways, while I'm sitting here banging forearms, ask away, training, lifting, muscle gain, fat loss, anything and everything. Or you can just let me know how fucking weird this looks. If you're watching it from the beginning, you know what I'm doing. If you're coming in after the fact, it's like, hey, what the hell is he doing? So I'm going 2 minutes each arm. And while I'm working away, like I said, ask away. Got some time before my day gets started, before the clients start rolling in, before we start lifting some heavy ass weights, pushing sets to failure while maintaining solid technique, while refining the process, refining the movement patterns, all that good stuff. I'll say this, manage the food, manage your activity, the rest is history. That's really it. Manage the food, manage the training and activity, your calorie expenditure, your calorie burn, and the rest is history. When you have the data, it's not a mystery. You know what I'm saying? And managing the food can come from different ways. The best, most definitive, precise way to manage that food is literally measuring and managing the food, weighing it out, measuring cups, tracking your macros, tracking your calories. It is an unbeatable process. But something I have come to, man, it really does look weird. Doing this, y'all. Don't report the video. I'm working my forearm. I've come to terms with the fact that a lot of people just will not track calories. They won't do it. And while that bothered me for a very long time, and I was just have this bullheaded attitude, well, if you don't want to do that, I guess you don't want these results, so stay as you are. The fact is, a lot of people get tremendous weight loss results without tracking macros. And a lot of people that track macros, but it's kind of on and off, like basically people can get results just fine without doing it. It just comes down to, okay, how are we managing it instead? Are we dramatically reducing the intake of a certain macronutrient? Are we going low fat? Highly recommended. Are we going low carb? Highly not recommended. Are we going low protein? Most certainly not recommended. As a blanket rule, strategically, there are windows of time you can go low protein and be totally fine, as I discovered this year, but in general, just bringing protein down indefinitely. Yeah, to lose weight, I just avoid meat. Like that is not it. So really that leaves us carbs and fats. You could reduce one of those. That could be how you manage your calorie deficit. It could be an eating window, intermittent fasting. Again, it's one of those things, and I'll keep repeating it. Tracking is the superior method because any other method has a high likelihood of denting the performance. for me, the diet and the way you eat is what makes the training so magical, so phantasmal, so exciting. Like, I eat in a certain way so my training is exciting, invigorating. I carb the fuck up so I can just smash the weight room, take every set to failure, and have plenty of gusto and energy for my day. I've been doing 10Ks on the rower regularly. I know for a fact I could not do that if my carbs were low. So all that to say, these other methods like intermittent fasting or just having a cutoff time, every once in a while my wife will run a protocol where after 5 she just doesn't eat. And it works. You will lose weight. I have a handful of clients, they don't eat breakfast. They just come in and train. I wouldn't recommend it. I would much rather be fueled up and ready to attack the weights, like I said, but at the end of the day, if their end goal is weight loss above all else, and it's helping them do that, here we are. Manage the food. Is it a 36-hour fast every once in a while? I'm listing out all these other ideas and attempting to be open-minded, and every time I say a new one, I'm like, yeah, but it comes with the downside. That's that shit I don't like, y'all. That's that shit I don't like. You could fast for 36 hours once a week, maybe a couple times a week. Of course, yeah, you'll lose some weight. You will lose some weight. But it's gonna dent your performance. It's gonna dent your energy. It's always going to come back to that tracking calories, tracking macros is the superior way. It just is what it is. But if it's like pulling teeth for people, then for those people, is it the superior way? So we explore other options. So that's the nutrition side of things. With the training, the cardio, very fucking simple. You get a step tracker. They are more affordable and accessible than ever. 10,000 steps a day is your minimum. When I hear people talk about 10,000 steps a day for weight loss, I'm like, 10,000 steps a day is just for health. That's just your bare minimum requirement to not be the laziest. Try not to be so negative, y'all, and judgmental. 10,000 steps a day is just the anti-lazy protocol. I'm probably already almost there, and it's not even 7 a.m. I'm probably already at about 10,000 steps. So you make that your minimum if within your first few days or weeks of wearing the step tracker, switch sides here. Grip training. Nothing weird. No, it looks some kind of way. If within your first few days or weeks of tracking your steps and activity, you see that you're getting like 5,000, 8,000 steps a day, well, there you fucking go. You would have to eat so little to lose weight while moving that little. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. No, thank you. I like eating too much to do that shit. Got a question that came in. May have missed in the first part of the protocol. Let's say your sugar phase, how much calorie we need to consume to boost metabolism or fat burning. How much calorie do we need to consume? I would definitely say the sugar diet, and when you're messing around with the sugar fasting, it does work better to a point on the higher calorie side of things. Like, I mean, it's a little bit of some bro science, but I feel the FGF21 kick in, and I have a little more sugar, the metabolism ramps up even more. I have a little more sugar, the metabolism ramps even more. And the whole point is, like I said earlier, performance and weight loss, they kind of compete with each other for me as my number one goals. So it's not number one. They're fighting for that top spot, right? So I can have a 3,000 calorie pure sugar day, have epic performance, just annihilate the rower, annihilate the weight room, have great energy all day long, and still wake up leaner, lighter, and tighter. Or I could do it on like 1,800, 2,000 calories, and I would still lose weight. But I mean, you find out early on into doing the sugar, it's not satiating. You're hungry every like 2-3 hours. It's very light in food volume. So you're even on a 2,500, 3,000 calorie day, you're going to feel on the emptier side. So to pair that with very low calories is not recommended, especially when even on those high calorie counts, you can lose some weight. Now, again, I like the high calorie counts in the sugar phases because it fuels the performance, it fuels the training. If you have a sedentary job or you're not moving around that much, maybe it would get a little egregious or unnecessary to really ramp the calories up. Appreciate the question there. Had another one come in. And I really wish these were easier to read. Greenfield, I think I've accepted over time, at least for myself, I have to track. And I agree with you. What you said the other day, gotta accept a little end of the day hunger, not starving, just a tiny bit hungry. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're starving like Marvin, what movie is that from? Let me know in the chat. If you're starving like Marvin, like voracious ripping away at you appetite, I mean, I'm all about some mindset, I'm all about some willpower, but it's just a matter of time before you go off the rails. Undo some weight loss, damn, I'm kind of back at square one. What a waste of those tough, difficult days. I just kind of threw it all away, right? I made a video a while back. With your calorie deficit, you kind of want to be sneaky. A little bit of this. Because your body is watching, it's like, hey, what are you doing? You're like, oh, nothing. Just losing a little bit of fat. Like you gotta you gotta creep up on it a little bit. If you sprint past it, the body's like, oh hell no. I'm about to send you hunger signals you didn't know existed. And at that point, you will probably break, you will probably overeat, and again, undo the weight loss. So a little hunger, like he said, at the end of the night, you're going to bed, almost without exception. If as I'm falling asleep, I'm just a little bit hungry, that's a green check mark. I know I'm going to wake up a little bit lighter. That's going to be a successful weight loss day. And inversely, if I go to bed and I'm feeling pretty damn full and overly satiated, as I'm putting my eye mask on, I'm like, well, we'll try again tomorrow. Very unlikely I'm going to wake up with a positive result for my weight loss. And you said you've accepted that tracking is just part of the game. That's where you can have peace of mind with the level of hunger you have too. Like, I'll say things like, yeah, you should be hungry. If someone's not tracking calories and they're just like, well, I guess I just will eat less and wait for this hunger to kick in, they can easily undereat, underfuel, and then again, eventually break. Like saying you should be hungry, you should feel that rumbling in your stomach. That advice without calories tracked, I don't like that. I don't like that. Now, if someone's just freaking massive, if someone's really, really overweight, is more aggressive fat loss really the worst thing in the world? Is that really gonna break the bank? Is that gonna have some negative downsides? If you have a lot of weight to lose, you're fine. If you don't have that much weight to lose, you do not want to undereat. You do not want to undereat. I feel like I might have missed one. No, just that. Yeah, it's funny that he says, Greenfield said, over time. I have come to terms. Because it's like, it's kind of like, it's like meditation for me. Every once in a while, my mind will play some tricks on me. And it'll go, hey, you've been meditating for 15 years. You're pretty much in a meditative state in general, pretty zen, pretty mindful, pretty happy-go-lucky guy, positive outlook. Maybe we can reduce it to like 10 minutes or even 5 minutes or even miss some days. And it's this weird like self-sabotaging inner dialogue, right? And sometimes I'll go with it. And then within days or within a week, I start to feel off, not as grounded, not as balanced. I just don't feel or think as good. And then I bring it back, 20 minutes non-negotiable, first thing in the morning, and I feel amazing. I'm thinking better, I'm feeling better, I'm having better days. Very much in the same way, anyone that's tracked calories on and off or for a period of time, they go, well, okay, so I get the gist of it now. Like I can look at a plate and know what's too much, know what's too little. I know the right amount of protein to have. If the dish is like glossing under the light, because it's an oily ass plate, I know that's had way too much fat in it. Like I know the principles. I think I'm good now. And then they stop tracking calories, and within a week, 2 weeks, they're like, I got fluffier. I got softer. I got doughier. They bring back in the tracking of the macros. The appetite, switch sides here. The appetite ramps up with their managed food, and they're like, well, if I'm this much hungrier, it's not like I'm under eating, I'm having 2,400 calories or 2,200 or whatever. They go, well, okay, I was overeating. I had a good conversation with my client, Joel. Shout out to Joel. My rock star of my roster has the most epic transformation of all my people. I'll have to repost it as a post on here. We were talking about how like intuitive eating, that sounds nice, like, oh yeah, just kind of honor the cravings, and if you want the meat, it must mean you need meat. And if you're, wanting some extra carbs, that's just the body's intelligence. Must mean you need it. And I'm not anti-intuition or not following the leadings you get, but we were both saying, if you just kind of freestyle it, even with good principles in mind and the intention to manage it, like easily 3,000 calories, easily even 3,300, 3,500, like for both of us. And we're both not massive individuals. I'm 173 right now. He's probably about the same. And if we just kind of let ourselves do it in the dark, like, yeah, it's just very fucking easy to overeat. And if you do that once or twice a week, it can undo the days of aggressive dieting. If you do it every day, there's just no fucking way. There's just no way. You said exactly, my mind's intuition sucks. That's why I got fat in the first place. Yeah, there's so many things to that, like to have the best, most honest hunger intuition. Your sleep would have to be perfect. Your hormonal profile would have to be dialed in. Your stress hormones would have to be kept to a minimum from life stressors, just anything and everything. Hydration, basically you would have to be like to the wire, just as perfect as you can be for those cravings to be like accurate, right? And as I'm saying that, those are all things that we should be doing anyway. So really that's a win-win to have all those things in place, to have more honest and accurate cravings, so to speak. But at the end of the day, that's a good goal, but is it realistic? Are you going to not have a stressful conversation with someone at work or with your spouse? Like, hey, sorry, I need to manage my hormones, and I need to make sure my cravings for carbs are accurate, and I'm not just stressed out with cortisol, so I'm wanting some carbs to bring it down. So sorry, I can talk to you. Well, actually, I've got another 3 months of dieting. I'll talk to you in the summer. No, we can't really do that. So it's one of those things. Yes, manage all those other lifestyle factors so the cravings aren't too off the rails. But then also just track the damn food, y'all. It's really not that crazy. It's funny, Mark Bell is really the one that, him and Cole Robinson brought this sugar thing to light. And what does he say? He's like, yeah, I call people that track the food calorie counting cunts. I think they're calorie counting cunts. He just has the biggest problem with tracking the food. It's like, dude, it fucking works. It works. It's honest. It's just taking an honest, objective look at reality is all it is. Guys, I think this is the real hack. I was doing this 2 minutes each arm yesterday and getting pretty smoked, and I'm just doing it for like 8 minutes aside because I'm chopping it up with y'all. So appreciate hanging out with me. Y'all are gonna give me some nasty Popeye forearms if I can just chop it up with y'all and work this damn grip. What else we got here? If you've been doing fruit sugar at lunch, no starch. I've been trying to find the right carb lunch to help and getting bored of fruit at that time. I hear you. That fruit really does get old. So have you been doing fruit sugar at lunch, no starch? Yeah. I'm really lately not having that much starch at all, which I honestly prefer it, like a hot bowl of rice with some sriracha, maybe half a can of corn. Oh, maybe a little bit of kimchi. Like I love that stuff. And I honestly do feel like, maybe I'm contradicting myself here, that rice is like the ultimate performance driving carbohydrate. But honestly, the biggest reason I still do the fruit and the gummies during the day is just convenience. It's just convenience. I don't have to refrigerate it. I don't have to heat it up. I got 12 packs of organic gummies in my bag right now. That's going to be lunch. I did, over time, make peace with having what would be perceived as the more unhealthy sources of carbohydrates and sugar, like the gummies, even the soda. I know I've been on and off like a motherfucker. Guys, I feel so much better. It just feels so much cleaner without the soda. Then the next week, you see me popping open another Coca-Cola. And the week after that, guys, we really got to clean it up. You know, when I first got into this whole thing, I was giving a lot of the other guys a hard time for changing their message. Every other video, it seemed like, but it has been kind of humbling. Being almost a year into this process myself and trying this and then trying that and then going back to this and then going back to that. I mean, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. You got to experiment. You got to try different things, and then even trying the same thing with a different perspective, with a different mentality will change the physiology. I mean, that's some damn hippie shit. But these days, I'm so used to it and accustomed to it. Having a Coke here in 30 minutes like I'm about to do, and having 840 calories straight from fucking gummies, because I have such a positive outlook on it, I'm like, oh, this is gonna fuel me up. I got this new rowing protocol I got from my my boy Peter. I'm just going to, guys. My favorite thing about carbohydrates is that it lets you attack, y'all. It lets you attack. I am going to attack the rower. We're doing a 500-meter challenge at the gym right now. I did it yesterday, tied for first place among like 15, 20 people with 1:43, but it wasn't even fair. It wasn't even fair. Because I had 12 packs of gummies right before doing it. So really, if a bunch of the other people on that board did what I did, they probably would have beat my time. So really, it really wasn't even fair. And then I did a 10K a couple hours later. And it was an aggressive 10K. Normally I do that slow, steady state. Every 100 meters, I would do like a 10 really powerful strokes and then go back to my steady state. The carbs just let you attack, y'all. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. Carb up, smash the weights, smash the cardio, burn the fat. It's a win-win across all accounts. So knowing that those gummies are going to have a positive effect on my workout, I can go into that with a positive state early on. Having days like that, a little bit skeptical of my own decisions, a little bit like, I don't know, is this all right? I mean, you got to be into mentalism and into the fact that this has a lot to do with what happens out here to really buy into what I'm saying. But for me, this is just, it's not even, what if it works that way? It's just, it does work that way. But yeah, about your question, not having a ton of starch at the moment, mostly fruit. I've been doing my sugar diet 2.0, fruit smoothie in the morning, collagen protein post-workout, which I'm about to have, Coca-Cola, bunch of gummies, bunch of honey, and then for dinner, a can of chicken, couple of eggs, some guacamole, or some avocado, healthy fats, ending the day with still the abundance of carbohydrates, decent amount of protein, and low fat, but not no fat. And since doing that, I can't tell you how much better my brain feels compared to when I was just ramming sugar 24/7. Now, with that being said, because it's the 12th, so I'm a good couple weeks post sugar fasting dysfunction, sugar fasting addiction. I am ready to sprinkle them back in because I've been thinking about this lately. Like, okay, I discovered one of the most magical, epic, effortless fat loss protocols known to man. Am I really not going to do it just because I took it too far and did it for way too many days in a row? Or now that I've shown myself I can have success without it, are we ready to bring it back in? So I'm going to start doing some days of sugar fasting, just not 5 days in a row or 7 days in a row like I was about to start getting up to. Now, while I'm talking about the new protocol, I will say the challenging part about it is, like I said, have more carbs, metabolism ramps up. Have more carbs, metabolism ramps up. Have more carbs, metabolism ramps up. Going from that to, okay, no more carbs the rest of the day, switching to fat and protein, I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. It's not easy. In fact, I've broken many times where I'll have my meat and fat meal. Okay, check those boxes. This is a holistic style of eating. And then the appetite is kicked up so high, it's like, and well, let's just have some other stuff, meaning whatever. Let's have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It ends up not being a throwaway day, but it's like, all right, let me do it tomorrow, but like actually do the protocol, then I'll be hungry as hell that night. So still working out the kinks. It's one of those things where it is still guaranteed fat loss if you do it, but the appetite is so revved up. Just meat and fat by itself is not incredibly satiating in my opinion, so it does become tricky. Now, I've had some nights where I'll do the fruit and sugar all day, the meat and fat meal a little bit earlier, like 3 or 4 o'clock, and then at the end of the night, I'll just have some fruit, like blueberries and strawberries, very light in calories, but it scratches that sweet, satisfying itch. Or I'll even have some Rice Krispies cereal, not a massive amount, but just a little bit. Carbs before bed. We know reduces cortisol, having low cortisol while you sleep. That's going to be better sleep, better recovery, potentially better fat loss. And those evenings and those days have been very successful. It just gets to a point where it's like the goal is a simple plan, a simple protocol. Once we're hopping around, take this macro out, now add it back in, now take this one out, now add this one back in. It's like, well, damn, has this become more complicated than just some regular ass eating? Just some regular ass whole foods, managed macros and calories. Like, has this gotten out of hand? So I will laugh to myself at times thinking about that. Man, this fucking thing is, this thing right here. As you squeeze in, you get that flex, and then as you spread the sand out or whatever the hell's in here, you get the flexors, right? The extensors. You get the flexors and you get the extensors. Even just doing this, squeezing as hard as you can, and then opening as hard as you can, like just doing that, you'll get a decent forearm pump. So doing that with the resistance of this thing, highly recommend. Totally off topic, but I had debilitating elbow pain years ago. Was doing all kinds of stuff trying to fix it. It's from stubborn low bar squatting and benching when I shouldn't have been doing either one for my structure. And oh man, one day I'm just looking at my arm and I'm like, what does weight have to go through before it gets to my elbow, my forearms? If I make my forearms as dense and meaty and just bulletproof as possible, is that going to help weight and force not get to the elbow? And so I started spamming forearm training, grip training, and sure enough, that did have a positive effect, especially working external rotation in there. Just working really internal and external rotation with like an offset weight. Like I have this mace bell out there. I'll be working that. A lot of times elbow pain is because you're internally rotated here. Elbow's not meant to get rotated like that. It's just a pure up and down type of axis. So that ends up beating up on it. So anyways, totally off topic, but keeping the joints happy and healthy is crucial in the lifting and just exercise game, because once those joints go, I mean, you literally can't train. Like if your elbows are shot and your knees are shot, you can barely train. Like you literally can't train. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work for me. Gotta train. All right, y'all, got clients rolling up here in a little bit. Appreciate chopping it up with me. Hope that helped. I'll see you in the next one.